Thank you very much, Pat. As I do this, let me just start. I really want to express my thanks to President Bush and the Bush Center and the Bush Institute for having us all here for this important conversation today. They've done a magnificent job of organizing this. And I also want to thank all of the panelists. I've learned a lot and I've been inspired, especially by all of the election administrators who are really heroes of our democracy, so thank you very, very much. And I have to pay a special tribute to somebody who's not here but very much wanted to be, and that's John Bridgeland. You've heard from John at the beginning on the video. John is the founder of the Partnership for American Democracy. And without John, none of this would have come together, and he is an exceptional civic leader in America. He is a national treasure, and I am delighted to have the opportunity to be working with him and the partnership in this important work. So thank you, Bridge, wherever you may be. So I'm very pleased to have an opportunity this afternoon to announce significant progress toward the creation of a new institution that I believe will have the potential to transform American civic life through sustained, strategic, and substantial investments in the civic vitality of local communities. Today we've been discussing the threats to our elections and the urgent need for election integrity. But our system of self-government is about more than elections. It's about more than the kind of formal institutions and processes of democracy. It is made up of the people, the demos, who experience democracy every day in their communities. Democracy is, in fact, a culture, a civic faith, as John Dewey put it. And just as bridges and highways are the physical infrastructure of our economy, the places and programs that bring diverse people together to improve their communities are the civic infrastructure of our democracy. It is in these places that people learn the habits of the heart, of what it means to be a citizen, what it means to contribute to the common good. And it is in these places and programs where social cohesion is built and civic faith is restored. Research by Robert Putnam and others has shown that in those periods of the 20th century, when civic health and social cohesion were strong, economic inequality and political polarization were low. And just as we have neglected our physical infrastructure, we have also underinvested in our nation's civic infrastructure for far too long. The foundations of our democracy, like our bridges and tunnels, are crumbling. Earlier this month, civil society leaders, scholars, and philanthropists met to refine a proposal developed by the American Academy of Arts and Sciences to create a trust for civic infrastructure as recommended in our report, Our Common Purpose. The trust will provide financial and other resources to citizens working together to solve problems in their communities all across this country. The Rockefeller Brothers Fund will make the largest grant in its history, $5 million, to help start this trust for civic infrastructure if we can at least raise a minimum threshold of $30 million for a 3 to 5 year demonstration or pilot period. And I'm delighted and very grateful to John Bridgeland in his capacity as the executive chair of the Office of American Possibilities, who has pledged to raise an additional $5 million to match what we at the Rockefeller Brothers Fund are going to do for this historic project. And we hope if we can get to the $30 million figure, which as I said is a threshold, that we can launch this trust on an official basis later this year. I think investing in the civic life of our communities is one of the most transformative investments we can make. This is where trust is built. We've heard a lot today that the real deficit in American democracy at this moment is trust. We learn that by working together across forms of difference, different ideologies, different backgrounds, different lived experiences, and we need to invest in those communities and those people who are working together and are building trust from the bottom up. Thank you very much.